Alright, Shalom. First and foremost, as always, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash. I want to give double honors to my apostles, a great millstone who taught me this truth, and a sincere Shalom to elect out there teaching this truth and honesty and sincerity in these last days. Okay? And, well, the government shutdown is over, and it was the longest shutdown in history. Okay, and one of the big thing that people were talking about the whole time was the cutting off of the SNAP benefits, and it was almost like, I mean, we always, a lot of us thought that they were going to turn them back on, and that it was an experiment, and it turned out that it was an experiment. Okay, because they're getting ready to implement some form of UBI because they're moving ahead with this MOTB system. Now, you had a lot of experts and insiders calling for blockchain technology to be pushed into the government, okay? Because they believe that will help out with further shutdowns, keeping things stable, keeping things smooth, okay? But really, it's all just a big game, man. It's all just a big game. Big cat and mouse game, man. And I want to read this, and we'll get some scriptures, because okay, these elites, they pretty much got everybody poor, man. Especially you Israelites, especially you Jakes out there, man. And they're doing a lot of experiments on y'all, okay, to see what's going to make you act up, to gauge your reaction to everything. And there's going to come a time when he's going to try and seek to please the poor, even though he's the oppressor. But it's really just a trap, man, because scriptures say that the serpent was more subtle than all the other beasts of the field. Okay? He's going to use his subtlety to trick a lot of y'all. A lot of y'all to act up and get put to death. A lot of y'all to march and because we know Jake, they march and protest for whatever nonsense Esau wants them to. They're too simple to see all the tricks and the deceptions that are behind any movement that they're a part of. Okay? And the ultimate goal is to push that MOTB system, man. Alright, so they're pretty much doing experiments on the slaves. And this is from Twitter. It says, Trump ends 43-day government shutdown with continuing resolution. Alright, so everything's restored. President Donald Trump signed a continuing resolution on Wednesday, reopening the federal government after its longest ever 43-day shutdown that furloughed 670,000 workers and delayed pay for 2 million troops. The stalemate arose from partisan disputes over spending priorities, including Democratic pushes for healthcare subsidies and border policy changes, until 6 House Democrats joined Republicans to pass the funding operations through January 30th, 2026. So this can happen all over again. Okay, this can happen all over again, but it's really all done on purpose. Okay, it's really all done on purpose. It's part of the soap opera. Okay, the resolution provides back pay for affected workers and protects essential services amid accusations from Republicans that Democrats prolong the hardship to undermine Trump, while Democrats viewed their resistance as defending public services against his agenda. Okay? See, we are not ignorant of Satan's devices. Okay? We're not ignorant of Satan's devices, man, unless Satan should get advantage of us. We know that it says in Micah 2:1 that he deviseth iniquity upon his beds. Okay? To keep the game going. Okay? To further the agenda. And they like to use something called gradualism. and something called Hegelian dialectic, which is basically problem, reaction, solution. They create a problem, they gauge everybody's reaction, and they saw uh, all you jakes out there threatening to steal from Walmart and riot and shit. And really, I mean, I believe from what I've seen, it's just anecdotal evidence that there was an increase in theft, but it didn't get out of hand. Okay? Problem, reaction, and solution. Okay? Now, Trump also was stating that they wanted to take some of the money from that was left over from the healthcare and give it to people. And he was also saying that there's going to be, now I don't know how true that they'll actually be able to go through with it, $2,000 for every American, and the tax and the what's it called, the tariff revenue. Okay, so they're already implementing a soft form of UBI. Okay, and as blockchain technology gets more and more integrated into the system, we're going to start seeing more of that stuff. Okay. Psalms 10 and 7. His mouth is full of cursing and deceit and fraud. Under his tongue is mischief and vanity. Okay, so you always have to look at the underlying motive. All right, the underlying motive of why he's doing what he's doing, and you still got people that are playing the politics game, man. They can't see through all that. All right, because they don't understand the wiles of this devil. He sitteth in the lurking places of the villages, in the secret places doth he murder the innocent. His eyes are privily set against the poor, which is primarily you Israelites. Okay? He lieth in wait secretly as a lion in his den. He lieth in wait to catch the poor. He doth catch the poor when he draweth him into his net. Okay, so here it is. You're in the concrete jungles. You jakes, you're in the concrete jungles. You've been separated from nature. You have no way or knowledge of how to fend for yourself. Okay, live off the land, so on and so forth. That's a lost art. Okay? He has you locked in under his system, man. Okay? He has you completely locked in under his system. Under the scriptures say that we shall go for him in want of all things. It's part of the curses. Okay, so he has total control. He has total control, man. And he has the ability now to keep you under total subjection. So that when it comes to implementing that MOTB, all right, y'all are just going to line up. Y'all are just going to line up for it, man. Okay? We're just getting to the beginning of this. Okay, we're just getting to the beginning of this, man. We're just getting to the beginning of this. He's gonna create more chaos, controlled chaos. Okay, he's gonna create more chaos, and he's always gonna swoop in like he's the savior, man. Let me get that in Job. This is what really is the verse that I thought of. This is Job 20 and 10. His children shall seek to please the poor, and his hands shall restore their goods. And you see a lot of these so-called Democrat states, all right, they're always throwing the term reparations in there. Okay? Well, this new form of reparations is going to be a new social contract, man. Okay, that if you take this MOTB, because this is what it's going to come down to, man. All right? At first, it'll probably be some form of UBI, and then when it's all systems go, that UBI is going to be on the form of a C-hip, and don't forget, man. This is the devil. He creates money out of thin air, and it's backed by nothing. So he could just give you, oh well, if we take this C-hip, right, we'll give you so many credits, or so many dollars, or so much cryptocurrency on it, or whatever, so you can get a head start on society, man. And we'll provide all the basic needs for you as long as you take it. All right, as long as you take it, and then once you got it, you're totally locked in to his system. Okay, you've been totally locked in. You're taking his mark. Okay, you're taking his badge of enslavement, man. His charagma. Okay, and that's when the Most High Yahweh Shem Shai is going to mark your ass to receive that judgment, man. That Revelation 14 and 9. Revelation 14 and 9. And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast in his image. Okay, because they're getting our people, primarily targeting our people, to worship this beast system. Okay, all the trends out there, the wicked trends, and all the separation of your power, of your nationality, is targeted towards Jake. It really is, man. I mean, just look at how gone the 2/3 are. They're totally fucking gone. Okay, they're totally gone. Especially Eve. And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast in his image, and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of Yahweh Shem Shai. So this is why it's important not to get too into this system, man. To depend on the Lord, because everything's going to have to be taken away from you, and you're going to have to make a decision, man. Okay, all these people that are caught up in the world, caught up in the system. Oh, let's change things. We need a better life here. Okay, because that's what Jake does. He'll act like he's tired of being oppressed, but he wants to do it through changing his elected leaders instead of going through the Most High, man. All right, the only way that your life is going to get better is if this kingdom is brought down and we're brought into the kingdom of heaven, man. Okay. The same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of Yahweh Shem Shai, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation, and he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. So there's a serious penalty. Okay, it's the second death for receiving that MOTB. All right, and we're seeing that these steps being implemented. Okay. With these steps being implemented, man. Okay, towards moving towards this system, man. All right. I want to get Psalm 55. Slacker, give me one minute, brothers. Well, hey, the scriptures say that Esau is the end of the world and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth, man. We're getting towards the end of this devil's kingdom, so he's going to do whatever he can to keep it on lock. Like if you read in history, all right, all empires, when they're on their last leg, they resort towards war and try and conquer as much territory as possible, okay, to keep everything going. That's what this devil's going to do, okay? He's going to try and get more and more control over the people. That's why he's pushing out this AI, and this AI is going to cause a lot of job losses, man. A lot of job losses. Okay? And he wants these people to beg for this CHIP, beg for a change. And that's why it says that his children shall seek to please the poor. He's going to come in there like the good guy. Oh, wait, you had your, you lost your job. You were a programmer or whatever, or software designer. Well, here it is. Since AI took your job, we're going to give you some of the profits of AI. Okay, some of the profits of it. But all you got to do is receive this CHIP. Okay? This CHIP. Because people can't keep up with this AI, man. Alright? And in fact, let me get this. Psalm 37:14. The wicked have drawn out the sword and have bent their bow to cast down the poor and needy, right? To take away their ability to provide for themselves, man. Okay, and to slay such as be of upright conversation. But the point that I was getting at is in the beginning of the verse, man. They've bent their bow to cast down the poor and needy. Okay, to create a system of oppression where you have no choice but to go to him if you want to provide for your families, man. If you want to be able to eat or pay your bills, he's going to pay your bills for you, just as long as you come under his subjection, man. His total subjection, not like what we're doing now. Okay, he wants you to give him your soul. Okay, he wants you to give him his soul. It says in Proverbs 28. Well, it says that the borrower is servant to the lender, right? This is Proverbs 28:15. Is a roaring lion and a raging bear, so is a wicked ruler over all the people. Okay? So he's like that towards the people, man. He's like that towards the people. But see, he has his own devices. He has his own devices. Okay? To where it seems like it's kind of like a soft form of oppression. I'm going to get this scripture and then we'll probably gonna wrap it up unless something else comes to mind. Psalm 55:20. He hath put forth his hands against such as be at peace with him. He hath broken his covenant. The words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. Okay? War was in his heart. Everything that he does is for a purpose and to push his New World Order agenda. Okay? His words were softer than oil, yet were they drawn swords. Alright? Yet were they drawn swords. You look at the this government shutdown, man. He was he was trying to lure you Jakes out there, man, to start looting. And he already had the National Guard in a lot of these cities, man. And he's got the right guy in office, okay, to bring down draconian measures, man. Harsh punishments. It was almost like they were trying to get you all to lose your shit. Okay, but of course Jake is fucking simple and docile. Okay, so everything that this devil does, it's for a purpose, man, to push his new world order agenda. Okay, but with that, I hope y'all were edified. Till next time, shalom.